Hi everyone, my name is Mai Santana Pilar and I'm the Executive Officer of the Miss Canada Globe Productions, and I welcome you on the MCGP Primetime Live, which is Get to Know an MCGP National Title Holder. And tonight we have a special guest with us. Her name is Angelique Balraj, who is our Miss Canadian Petite MesoAmerica 2020-2021. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
And would you like to say hi to everyone watching tonight?
Good night, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. During these times it is really tough, but I hope everyone is being safe and doing amazing.
So let's talk about you first, because I'm sure everybody in Canada would like to know who is Angelique Balraj. So, like, brief bio about yourself.
Brief bio about me is I was actually born in Trinidad. It is a country in the Caribbean. I moved to Canada around like 3 years ago. I'm into cars. That's very, very weird and strange to say, but that's probably like a brief bio. Oh, I also like to sketch. I have a lot of drawings. I do a lot of sketches. Mainly like tattoo sketches, but I also do like religious sketches too.
And what is your current career like, or what would you like to do? I know that you graduated already.
So to further out my career path, I really love kids. I love working with kids. And I'm planning to do child and youth care in college, and then further my degree or diploma into a master's, hopefully. Yes.
So now let's talk about your journey to pageantry, because I know that you've never had any experience in pageants. Not all pageant queens actually have the experience of competing from other pageants, so it's completely new to you. So tell us about how your journey was, how it all started for you.
Okay, so let's just give a little backstory of how I was recruited. So, my uncle, he does embroidery and printing, and so he was called in for a meeting by Maya, and basically to embroidery on the sashes. And so while the meeting was going on, Maya took a quick look at me, and
how was the look that I gave you?
It was really strange. She was just looking at me like this. Like, she came up really close and she was looking at me like this, and I thought it was really weird because I was never approached to like that. I was never like face to face with somebody. But she was like, "Oh, you have beautiful round eyes and your facial structure." I was like, "Oh, thank you," because I'm not used to getting compliments, so it's kind of awkward for me. And then Maya was like, "How tall are you?" I said around 5 foot, and she was like, "You know, there's a petite part of the pageant that maybe you're interested in." And I'm not the type of person to be outgoing, or I'm not the type of person to do pageants or anything. I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of person. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll think about it. Went back to the warehouse where I work, to my mom, talked to her about it, and that's how the journey kind of started. Did the interviews, did the contract with it, well, not the contract, the information page, and I filled out everything, and it was really whew. And should I talk about it?
The pageant, sure,
okay.
Of course.
So as Maya said, it's my first pageant. I had no experience. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to come, what came, and so when I got here, it was a little strange. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how things ran, So we got to the hotel. when we got to the hotel, mask and everything was required. You know, during these times, we have to be at a distance. We have to make sure that we're safe, along with protecting other people. You know, we're not trying to spread anything. And from my experience, I cannot walk properly. Like, you know, like a good, like, stage walk? I didn't know how to stage walk. I didn't know how to pose. I didn't know how to present myself in, let's say, like, a presentable manner. And, you know, everything was just a little overwhelming, but I got through it. Everything was just, I'm rambling, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But
big improvement from the first time I met you, let me tell you that.
Yeah, I was really shy. But overall, I would say I would do anything to recreate this whole experience over. It was truly a blessed and amazing experience. During these times, we were provided face shields and masks if you need, like if you, well, you have to have it, but if you didn't have one, we were always given one. So we were protected, and from the moment you leave the hotel room in the morning, your mask and shield must be on at all times. And every time you go out, it's always the same thing. But it was only to protect ourselves and the people around us. And I'm sorry, I just lost.
No worries.
I would say my first pageant experience, I would say, was honestly amazing. And I know during these times we couldn't have like a bigger crowd, a bigger crowd and a bigger stage. But from what I experienced and from what I look of it, I would say that our experience was, really amazing and really great, despite everything that's going on. I would say our production, like our directors, our staff, they really worked and put together a proper pageant, I would say probably, with the stage that we were given, I would say it was just, I would say it's the same as a bigger stage, like a proper like theater stage. I would say it was about the same, because we got the same experience. We just got the same experience overall, despite everything that's going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, just to let everybody know, our pageant, we had to do it in the hotel ballroom, but we had to make it into a same experience like what other girls did from previous years, and give it a theatrical look. We had stage done, we had an LED screen, and make it look like it is happening in a theater. And the wonderful part about that is that we have a stage, because other national pageants that happened this year, because of the pandemic situation, did not even have the chance to actually have a stage or just a little stage. And we had actually an audience, a limited audience, but we were blessed to have that experience. But I want to ask you something, Anjali, because as you know, not having a pageant experience, what has this pageant or being in this pageant done for you now?
I would say that this pageant really boosted my self-confidence. I used to be really insecure about myself, and just being surrounded by so many people, well, not so many people, I wouldn't say that, being surrounded by the contestants and, Maya, the staff, everybody, really helped uplift everyone's securities, not just my own, right? And I would say, overall, I would just want to say that I feel like this pageant really did upbring everybody to just shine more, be more confident, be outspoken, show who you really are to other people.
And now let's talk about after the pageant. How was it for you? What have you been doing lately?
Well, lately I've been really busy with the embroidery business. I've been working, helping my uncle out a lot. After the pageant, we have this huge company that my uncle does embroidery for safety vests. So when I went with him, my uncle was telling him about how I won this title, and he was looking at me. He was like, "Did you really?" I was like, "Yes, I'm Miss Canadian Petite MesoAmerica. I'm gonna be traveling soon." And he's like, "Oh my God." And then now he's working on helping me get sponsors for my international. So it was kind of weird being approached by people, who've known you for so long, but they see a different side of you that they've never seen before. So it was really weird at first, but I feel like I've gotten used to people approaching me like, "Oh my God, you were a part of that." It's like, yeah, I was.
So, what would you say to girls, especially who are hesitant to join because maybe it's not for them, or because of the fact that any kind of reason? What would you say to them, not being a pageant girl, and now you are? What would you tell them?
I would tell you guys that, I'm not the type of person to go out and do stuff, right? But I would say that if the opportunity came at you, I would take it, just to have that experience, just to have that bonds with the other girls, just to, improve yourself and bring yourself up and show everybody that you can be a different side. But I don't know how to explain it, but you can have this side of you, and then you can have this side of you, and it just brings it all together and shows your true beauty, your true your true passion, and just that overall.
What do you think of wearing a swimsuit in public? That's the biggest test.
Yes. Before, I was not big on wearing any type of swimsuit, whether it's a bikini or one piece out in public. Let me tell you guys about walking on stage with that. My first time, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I do not want to do this. It's just, my figure is just not on point. I'm just nervous about it overall. But after that first experience, we had to do it like a couple more times, like 2, 3, 4 times. And after that first experience, going out in any type of swimsuit, one piece, bikini, I felt more confident in myself, and I felt more relieved. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I got. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of, what I can do. I'm gonna show you that I have more confidence in myself from the first time you saw me, and I'm just gonna keep building myself up on that for further pageants or further events.
Well, I'm very proud of you, because now you're like completely different from the first time I've seen you. But let's talk about having the Petite program, the Miss Canada Petite program, because I'm sure a lot of people are very confused sometimes if you're not really familiar with the pageant industry. So as you know, the traditional pageant has height restrictions, and some pageants might not say that and say that there's a minimum height requirement, but they always end up telling the judges what they're looking for and what is the height requirement that the winner goes to. So the Petite pageant has been created to give equal opportunity for all petite women, and be able to show people that it's okay to be a petite and represent your country to an international pageant. Because honestly, for a petite pageant, you are judged the way you are. So you will never have that kind of like feeling like, oh, I'm not too tall to compete with her who's taller, right? So, and I just like to let everybody know, 80% of people, of women in the world, are not 5'11" and over, or 6 foot tall. Most or average height for women all over the world are petite. And it's sad for a fact that not a lot of people like to embrace that or like to be proud that they are petite. So having a petite pageant experience, do you think it's important in today's society, in today's modern women?
Oh, 100%. Because before, when I thought about pageancy, I thought that all girls have to be like 5'11", 6 foot, you know. And you know, when I was approached with this petite category, I was like, "There's a petite category? Never knew that." And so, I think it's really important because, as Maya said, there are the average height of women is just like 4'11" up to like up to 4'11" up. So I would say that honestly, it is blessed that MCGP does have a petite category just to embrace all women of all heights.
So, what would be your message to all women, especially to all the petite women out there, in regards to the petite pageant program that MCGP have?
So, the petite category, I would say, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I feel like MCGP, the petite category, is really upbringing. You know, it makes us feel like we actually have like a category, we actually have something for ourselves.
No worries.
So, yeah, as I was saying, it makes us feel like we actually do matter, and that, you know, we're not demoted from people of a different, that people are tolerant. And so I'm blessed that you guys really have this program for us.
And you get to walk in the Toronto Couture Fashion Week as a model. How does that experience for you, being a petite and have no modeling experience?
Oh my God. That was a very overwhelming experience in a good way. Yeah, I have no modeling experience. I had none whatsoever. I never thought that I would be doing this. It was actually really fun, you know, especially with our other contestants, our sisters. I would love proudly to say that, just our sisters. You know, it was really fun. We had a lot of fun rehearsing, had a lot of fun on stage, you know, you get to be yourself, and it was just amazing.
So now let's talk about your advocacy. What was your platform and your current platform?
My platform and current platform is the Animal Welfare Foundation of Canada. So basically, my entire life I grew up around animals. I grew up around dogs, I grew up around a parrot, a cat, cockatiels, you know, and it's just animals in general to me are just, I feel like they're blessings from God. You know, they just make your life a lot well, not simple, they make your life stress-free, because just coming home to see your dog running at you, like, oh, I'm excited to see you, you know, just having that warm feeling of them. And it's just knowing that they were abused in any type of way, it hurts. It feels wrong. And so I decided to have the Animal Welfare Foundation of Canada to be my advocate, because I feel really strongly about animals being abused or mistreated in any type of way, and I'm proud to say that I really do love having them as my, you know, charity and advocacy.
So I'd like to explain to everyone about MCGP's main advocacy, which is the Sisterhood Mentorship Program. And this is basically where all our national title holders must be a mentor to our future delegates by choosing their own girls that they'd like to mentor and be part of the 2021 National Pageant System. So tell us about your views on the Sisterhood Mentorship Program.
My views is that you know, having someone to mentor you and guide you along the way is just overall great. You know, if you haven't grown up with like sisters, it's just a great program because they actually teach you things. You know, whether they could be a little bit older, you know, they'll teach you, okay, you could do this, but don't do this, you know. So, I don't know if okay. So I feel like if I do decide, well, not decide, if I get my girls, I will teach them the do's and the don'ts when it comes to pageantry, because obviously I have that experience. I know the do's and don'ts. I know the arounds and the ups and the downs, and just.
So what can you say to all the people, or what can you guarantee to all the girls that you would choose or wanting to be mentored by you, Anjali? What can they look forward to?
You could look forward to me telling you about my experience, fun stories that I have that I don't tell anybody. Fun stories as in like, oh, like this went on in my life, or you know, like if you have any insecurities, I will like help you try to make you less insecure about them, and maybe like show you that, you know, instead of it being insecurities, it could be one of your like, how would I say how I put this? Like, it could be one of their
strengths.
Yes, it could be. I could teach you that. It could be definitely one of your strengths. Like, you can flaunt that. You can show off people like, oh, I'm not insecure about this anymore. Like, this is me. This is who I am. And me personally, I'm insecure about my body. I just hate it overall. Now I don't. Like, I show it off. I don't care how I look. What I do is just I make sure that I embrace how I look and how I look to the public eye. You know, I'll just show girls that, you know, like this could be you, like this is yours. Like you own it.
So that's what Sisterhood Mentorship Program is all about. Now, for everybody who would like to have you mentor them, how can they reach you?
Well, you can reach me on Facebook. My name is Angelique Balraj. You can message me on there. Or my Instagram, which is also Anjali Balraj, and my email, which is anjalitnt@gmail.com, which is anjali@gmail.com. So
Anjali@gmail.com or Anjali TNT.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. anjalitnt@gmail.com.
So just to confirm and let everybody know, her email address is A as in Adam, N as in Nancy, J as in Jack, A as in Adam, L as in Larry, I as in India, T as in Thomas, N as in Nancy, T as in Thomas @gmail.com, and she'll be happy to answer any of your questions in regards to that. So now let's talk about your title, because you will be representing Canada at the Miss Petite MesoAmerica pageant this upcoming March. So tell us about what your game plan is in order to bring the crown home for Canada.
Definitely. So my game plan is to start from now, working up to the things that I need to do necessary. Whether it's get my hair done, my makeup done, like learn new tricks and stuff, just in case. I would say,
no worries.
I would say definitely I'm starting now to, you know, do everything that's necessary, because my pageant is just not that far along way. It's literally right around the corner, which is in March. It's not, if you think about it, it may be very far, but it's right around the corner. So there is a lot of stuff that needs to get done, and I'm doing that in a timely manner. Well, not in a timely manner, but I'm doing that as I go along and as necessary. Like, days goes on, I do this, days go on, this. So I'm planning it out just to be safe, you know? Because you never know what to expect when it comes to international. You just have to go for it. You have to, because I'm pretty sure no one has that. Okay, I would say I've never done a pageant internationally, so I don't know what to expect. So I'm just trying to be fully prepared, or more prepared, for what's to come, because I do not know.
Well, obviously you will have the training before you complete, but I'm sure that everybody is looking forward to having a Canadian girl wear the Canadian sash and be represented in an international stage. Which comes to the next topic, because I'm sure some people would say, and you will face that, a lot of people would be very judgmental. It's like, oh, we expected a Canadian girl would be like light skin, blonde, Caucasian, but you representing Canada and being colored, woman of color and a minority, what can you tell the people, especially the world, what is Canada all about?
Canada is all about diversity. It really does bring people of minority, color, you know, it really brings out and embraces it. Everyone here, and just when I moved here, everyone here was nice. And I never expected that because I have lived in the United States before, and it's just, there's a whole different, you know, experience when I got here. So when I do travel internationally, I want everyone to experience that same level of kindness that I experienced when I first arrived here. I want them to have that Canadian experience. So hopefully, hopefully I would love to share that with everyone outside of Canada. Maybe tell them, you know, like Canada is very an amazing place to be. It really does embrace your true self, like your true diversity, your true color, your true self, and it is overall great.
So if anybody who would like to support or sponsor Anjali for her upcoming international pageant, which is Miss Petite MesoAmerica, please contact Anjali through her email at anjalitnt@gmail.com, and she'll be happy to accept any sponsorship and support. So Anjali will be live tonight through the Miss Canada Petite by MCGP Facebook page to talk about more about the Sisterhood Mentorship Program. And please stay tuned for that, because it will be really nice to hear from her and have all the women get to know more about pageantry, especially the Petite program. I would like to thank the Toronto Don Valley Hotel for providing this beautiful place for us to do our virtual show for tonight. I would like to also thank the Maestrado Fashions, Kim Belen, for providing this outfit that I'm wearing, and also for doing my hair and makeup. And to you, Anjali, for being here and gracing your presence on tonight's event. And what would be your message to people right now, especially in the pandemic time, where we're living in an uncertainty, we're in state, or again, second wave of the pandemic?
I would say if you have the opportunity to do something that truly inspires you and you think that, oh, like I can win this and I can do this, I would say take the opportunity despite everything. When I go live later, I will be sharing more about my experience during the pandemic and show you that it was safe, and I'm proud to say that nobody in this pageant got tested positive for COVID, because we were truly safe and we were distancing with everybody outside. So
thank you so much for joining us, Anjali. Again, my name is Maya Santana Pilar, and you're watching MCGP Primetime Live.